finished the walkthrough with my construction manager, and very pleasantly surprised at how little we really have to correct. So that's good. And I'm just going to take you through so that you understand, if you were buying new construction, the things that you would be looking at and making sure are okay. So come on with me. So we're going to start on the inside of the house, but then I'm going to take you around the outside. So come on with me. So some of the things that we found are that the thresholds of the door was bent, and that's going to get replaced. Okay. Everywhere you see blue tape, you'll see all around the house that there's blue tape, and that would be little paint touch-ups or caulking touch-ups. So what we'll do is go around the house and just show you that you may not know to look at these things, but if there was any kind of miscut with the hinges of the doors, which in my case they were, and they're easy to fix, but I want them fixed. Okay. Little paint touch-ups throughout here. Little paint touch-ups throughout here. And this is saying DW, meaning drywall repair, which is pointing up to a little spot at the corner of that vent. What I find is with new construction, a lot of times the vents are either cut, the drywall is cut improperly, or a little too big, or the drywall wasn't finished properly. So they're going to make some corrections on that. Some paint cuts. Coming into the bathroom, there is some, that tile is going to get replaced up here because it's popping out a little too far. So it needs to be reset. And a lot of times when you're doing new construction or you're checking tile work, you don't realize that there are a lot of high-low tiles that could be happening. In my case, that's only one tile, which is great. And then there are just some grout cleanups and fill-ins along this wall. Other than that, I was lucky because the seams of the tiles are all even, but that is something that has to be really checked. So of course you would check the hot water, flush the toilets, make sure the toilets aren't running, make sure hot water is running, make sure the tub is filling properly and draining properly. Coming into this room again, we have miscuts, too large in the hinges, which will all be corrected. Coming into here, again in the ceiling, some drywall and paint errors, which will be taken care of. More paint, little imperfections in drywall. These are the things you look at. You also look at the slab to make sure there's no cracks in the slab. Or of course, if you had a tile floor, you would be making sure there's no chips in the tiles. So coming in here, the most corrections that I'm going to need is in the kitchen, because very commonly cabinets are not aligned exactly properly, although mine look like they're aligned pretty well, but there are just slight little adjustments to the aligning. How I can tell is how big the space is and how if it widens or narrows going down, then I know that the cabinet has to be aligned. Now in this case, they're going to replace this piece and this piece because they really were not cut exactly properly. They're a little bit cut short, so they're going to get replaced and no problem. They are not giving me any problem with that. And again, aligning the cabinets is important to take a look at that. And then when it comes to the backsplash, You always want to look to see lines and evenness, and what we found here is that this piece over here is pulling away further at the top than it was at the bottom. So this whole piece has to be realigned. And come on over here, Brian, and you can see what I'm talking about. You see the gap over there. There you go. And so if you go down, you'll see it narrows. So those are the things that I'm looking at. And so there we go, another correction. Other than that, this stone looks really good. And the kitchen basically looks really good, but wherever you see blue tape is where there are little adjustments and realigning going on. Sliding glass doors, little repainting areas, little chips, all being taken care of. Same thing along this wall. Drywall repair. These are all the areas. There's a little bit of a crack in that switch plate. They're going to replace that. In the master bedroom, not much happening here. And again, wherever you see blue tape, this is, for example, they're painting. It says paint. I think that's in Spanish, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
Por la luz. I don't know what that means.
Meaning pointing up. Pointing up.
Something with the ceiling.
Yes. In this case, one of these pocket doors is rubbing. So they're going to realign one of these pocket doors. They have it on their list. We've checked all the pocket doors to make sure that they're coming out and sliding properly. It's this one. This one's rubbing. So that's going to be, this will be widened a little bit and pulled over. I did not really do, other than the sinks and the running of the water in the bathroom, I didn't really do a walkthrough because this bathroom is going to be completely removed and the tiles will be changed and the sink will be changed and the shower will be changed. So there was no point in making issues over things that I'm going to take out. So coming this way, on the patio, I think it's good for people to know if they are doing their own walkthrough that the stucco should be even. And what I noticed was around the door, it was too visible as to where they did the door. So they're going to smooth all of this out all along the door and smooth it out so that it blends better with the wall. And there are little spots here that we're going to correct. For an example, one of these tiles is raised too high, so we're going to reset that. There needs to be some paint adjustment over here. There's a chip tile over here. And how you do this and check this is that you walk up and down like this, each tile, to make sure that they're level and that there are no cracks. And this is how you check your pavers. Again, some stucco repair. Coming around the other side of the house. Again, making sure. I was actually very lucky it was pouring this morning, so we could see that all the pavers were draining properly, and that was a good thing. So we'll come around the side of the house. They did move the transom window, they did do it properly, but you can see where the repair was done. So they have to even this whole thing out and make it all match so you can't visually see where that was done. stucco area needs to be evened out. There is some paint and caulking that needs to be done on the trim. More evening out and paint that has to be done. Again, I walked up and down, making sure that these pavers are even. And actually, they did a really good job. There's one paver repair over here that needs to be done. There's a couple over there that need to be done. There's some stucco repair over here that needs to be done. There's a corner that's a little sloppy over there that they're gonna redo. There's a bump over here that they're gonna redo. And that threshold, which is bent, if you can see, this is all bent, this needs to be replaced. And that's basically the things that you look for at your walkthrough with new construction. Check your stucco, check your fascia. There's a couple of fascia repairs that need to be done. There's some weather stripping that needs to be redone. All little things, no big deal. And really for the first year you have a warranty anyway with new construction. But these are good things that I could just get taken care of before I even move into the house. So that's my walkthrough. It went very well. I'm very happy with everything. And 1 week from today I close. Thanks for watching. Bye.